I love you. I love you. Welcome to Chris Strub Unmuted. I'm Chris Strub. This is Link. Link. And today we're talking about onomastics. The name Link to me represents the link between the man that I've been here in Greenville in my 30s and the man that I hope to be moving forward in my 40s here in this house. This is Chris Strub Unmuted, a show designed for open dialogue, honest reflection, and uncensored truth about the lives that we lead. Today's episode looks at onomastics, the science of names, and specifically your name, baby. Hi, Link. Can you say hello? You want to say hello? The first guest on the podcast? The very first guest on the podcast? Okay, I'll take it from here, Link. I love you. I love you. Okay, there you go. You know, in adopting Link here just a few weeks ago, one of the first and biggest questions you get both at the shelter and then from friends and family is, what's her name? I thought long and hard, having considered adopting a puppy for a very long time. And when I saw Link, her new name, at the shelter, the Greenville Humane Society, Link was it, right? I love the multiple meanings behind the name Link, and it led me to want to do an episode like this to encourage you to think about the importance of the names in your lives, your own name, maybe the name of the company that you work for, maybe the name of your pet. You know, I'd love to hear, you know, send me a message, Instagram, leave comments on this video, wherever you're listening. Let me know if this episode inspires you to think about the name or names in your lives that mean a lot to you. But for me, right now, Link is my everything. Link is my whole life. This has changed everything for me. You know, Gotcha Day was November 25th, 2025. And her name at the Humane Society, when she was as part of a litter of mountain cur puppies that had come from another shelter in Georgia, her name on the website was Miss Spider. So that's her maiden name, Miss Spider. I think it has something to do with her brindle coat, that beautiful black and white that just gets me every single time I look at her. But for me, coming up with a name that would make sense for what Link represents in my life, what this dog means to me moving forward, meant a lot. So let me tell you why I chose to name her Link as you start to think about some names in your own life. So Link Apartments is where I lived in downtown Greenville for about 7 years before I was able to buy this house back in the spring of 2025. It was a very, very special place for me. I spent most of my 30s in that apartment in downtown Greenville. And this is not a sponsored segment at all, but if you are looking for a great place to live, either in Greenville or maybe in another community with a Link property, highly recommended. The people that I met, the relationships that I made at Link Apartments, West End in downtown Greenville, were amazing. And Link is just such a perfect name for an apartment community. And I thought it would be nice to acknowledge those 7 years that I was waiting for this life-changing moment of adopting a puppy, to really look back on my life in Greenville, South Carolina here at Link Apartments. So if you're in Greenville, if you live in Greenville or you're visiting Greenville, go check out Link Apartments. That is my old home. Up on the top floor there. It was an amazing experience living there, and I'm incredibly grateful to the entire team there. Nicole, Ashley, Amy, just Absolutely adore you guys. Barry and Hunter too, the maintenance guys. Couldn't have done it without you. So really, really grateful for my experience at Link Apartments. I also adopted Link the day after I got back from running the Philadelphia half marathon. I got to spend a day with my buddy Brian and his lovely bride, Natalie. Got to go to their house for a little brunch after race party. And I was talking to Brian about the Dallas Cowboys Philadelphia Eagles game happening the following day. It was actually in Dallas, but the name of the Eagles Stadium is Lincoln Financial Field. And I thought it would be quite a solid lifelong burn to be able to remind my friend Brian, especially after the Cowboys won that game in Dallas, how that weekend was really life-changing for me. Not just because I got a puppy, but because the Cowboys beat the shit out of the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. So, Brian, if you're watching, listening, Natalie too, know that I named my puppy partially just to burn you guys as sad Eagles fans that weekend before Thanksgiving 2025. And as a gaming lover, I certainly know Link from the Legend of Zelda series. I wasn't a huge Zelda fan growing up. Certainly know about Link, the character, and in reading up about Link and what Link represents, a young hero who heeds the call to action and saves the land from darkness. I feel a lot of those same emotions every time I look at Link and hug and kiss her and get to lay with her and everything. It's really unbelievable how much light Link brings to my life every single day. And you might say, hey, Chris, Link, your puppy is a girl. Why would you name her Link? It's 2025. Names can have multiple meanings and certainly shouldn't be locked into any specific gender roles. So yes, Link is a girl and I love her forever and ever, even with her quasi-masculine name. I thought too about Linkin Park. Loved listening to Linkin Park growing up all the way to this day. Some of my favorite songs to get the blood flowing, head out to the gym, et cetera, are going to be Linkin Park songs. So Linkin Park, know that I named my dog Link in part because of my experience with you guys. I also want to acknowledge Edwin A. Link Field up in Binghamton. Shout out to my friend Christina Ritter for pointing this one out to me too. That the Binghamton Airport, which no one flies into because there's one flight a day to and from Detroit, and I am continuing to beg American Airlines to restore service to Binghamton BGM. That airport used to be known as Edwin A. Link Field. So shout out, nice little subtle shout out to my friends in Binghamton, New York. If you guys ever get American Airlines flights back, I have already promised American and my friends at BGM Airport that I will be in row A, seat one, or row one, seat A on that very first flight when we get out there. But most importantly, you know, when we are thinking about onomastics, the name Link to me represents the link between the man that I've been here in Greenville in my 30s and the man that I hope to be moving forward in my 40s here in this house. You know, Link represents a link to me of growth in a new era for me in my life. And she is that link between who I've been, the Giving Day guy, the author, the marathon runner, all of these things that are really core to who I've been as a man, and the link to who I want to become as a puppy dad, and ideally as a dad, a human dad, sometime down the line. So Link, my little puppy baby, even though you went poopy inside while I was recording the last episode here today, I love you so, so much. You mean absolutely everything to me. And I am so, so glad that you're here. I want to say thank you to all of my friends at the Greenville Humane Society and to anyone that is considering getting a pet of your own. Please adopt, don't shop. These shelters do such an amazing job. Whether you're here in Greenville or anywhere around the country, supporting your local shelter is an incredibly meaningful experience that I'm so glad to have been able to do this year. And the journey is just beginning. You know, Link, as I'm recording this now, she weighed in at 18 pounds a day or two ago. By the time we get to next Thanksgiving, she could be triple that size. So just knowing that these moments mean everything to me as part of that link to the next chapter of my life, just like introducing this podcast to you is hopefully another link to the next chapter of my life and my growth here in Greenville and whatever business avenues we might head down, including possibly being being sponsored in the future by C4 Energy. You know, if you'd like to be part of that link to the next chapter too, call me. Thanks for listening to Chris Strub Unmuted. Support the show by clicking like and subscribe. Keep up with me on social media at Chris Strub. And remember, we are all famous to a few people.